I retired early from my corporate job at the age of 49, and I know if I can do it, you can do it too. I'm Cummings Koski. I grew up in poverty. I was raised by a single dad with 6 kids, and it was hard. I remember being on the free lunch program when we were in school. I thought I was doing great. I got married, had a daughter, and after being married for 11 years, I got a divorce. So I became a single mom in my mid-30s, and I felt like I was just starting over. I vowed to myself and to my daughter that I would learn about money, that I would learn about investing, and that changed everything for me. I was on the phone with a friend of mine. She was telling me about this investment club, and probably my biggest takeaway from that investment club wasn't necessarily that I'm the greatest person that picks stocks and investing. However, I was no longer afraid of the stock market. I was no longer afraid to invest. So I started maxing out my 401k at work, Roth IRA. I learned all about that. I made sure that money was in the stock market, and then also a health savings account. I started sort of putting everything together. Retirement accounts, brokerage accounts, I added up, and then I subtracted any debts that I had. Once I did all of that, my net worth was almost halfway to where I wanted to be. As time went on and I made some projections on, what I was going to invest each year, how much it would grow, and I got to that number when I was like 46, 47. And I probably would have been okay, but I wasn't quite ready to leave my job. So I continued working for another 2 years, which put more money in that account. It allowed more time for it to grow so that if everything went wrong, I still could live off of my investments, and I didn't have to, deprive myself or cut back on things. I was just always very conscientious about where my money went. As a parent, when we learn something, the first thing we want to do is teach it to our children. So I didn't want everything I learned to get lost. So I figured I'm going to put all this in a book, because she was a teenager, so she wasn't listening to anything I had to say at the moment. The book is called Money Letters to My Daughter, the things that I learned about money and personal finance. They were written for a teenager in a very simple way that almost anyone could understand. I'm very proud with what she's taken away so far, and I know she'll be learning things that I probably still have yet to learn. My big dream is to create a financially literate society. I would like to serve that poor person that is in the same exact spot that I was. So I do a lot of workshops and presentations, everything around making this whole financial stuff simple. It shouldn't be so complicated. So if I'm that voice that can simplify some of these things to help you understand in the very beginning, then I know that it can make such a difference throughout someone's life.